Cuisine cauliflower crust pepperoni pizza with 18 grams of protein and 4 grams of fiber. It's extra delicious. So go on, be extra. Life Cuisine.
The free iHeartRadio app is #1 for music, radio, and podcasts all in one. Discover a new podcast from our library of hundreds of thousands of titles. Here's an iHeartRadio podcast preview.
Have you ever had a drink?
Not too long ago, a gentleman by the name of Teddy Riley masterminded a concept called Guy.
Something you wanted so bad you just couldn't let it go?
Their debut album sold 1 million copies, and they're here to perform a tune called Groove Remix.
For a group of kids in Harlem in the 80s, their dream would change pop music forever.
Let's welcome Guy.
I'm Taraji P. Henson, and when I was growing up in D.C., there was a new sound we were all listening to non-stop. It was a little bit of R&B and a little bit of hip-hop, and you couldn't help but shake your booty to it.
We just knew we had something different and that it was special, and we wouldn't let it go.
It's a story of friendship. And we'll do
Back in, we killed them cats.
and what it cost them.
There's a high note at the end. Right before I get to sing the high note, like right before I get to sing the high note, there's a gunshot, and the whole crowd splits like the Red Sea.
From Wondery, the makers of Dirty John, Dr. Death, The Shrink Next Door, and from Universal Music Group comes Jacked.
Listen and follow this podcast for free on the iHeartRadio app. #1 for music, radio, and podcasts, all in one app.
Listen to Lady of the Road wherever you get your podcasts.
You know, Clay, it's not over. When it comes to the fight over all things COVID, they have not given up. Vaccines are great, they're amazing. Masks work, all these things. It's still out there. They're still trickling out there. They're still percolating in the Fauci ether. And
I'm actually trying
we
to
now
go
have
back the U-turn.
the possibility, I'm just going to put this out there,
Thank
the
you.
possibility of the appeals court in Florida, Federal Court of Appeals,
Good.
because the Biden administration
gosh.
wants
Can't
to
believe I
still
messed
have
up
the
like that.
authority to go up on planes. Think about that for a second. They're still clinging to this. And the appeals court may say, we'll see, that they do have that authority. And then I can assure everybody they will, because their lunatic lib base demands it, make masking on planes seasonal. Meaning it's not going to be all the time, but when we go into cold and flu season, they're going to do it. And they're going to do it to you for the next 10 years if they can, or until there's a Republican president. Clay, how do you think this shakes out legally?
It's such a good question, and this is going on in Miami, as you mentioned, and we should give another shout out because Judge Catherine Mizell, a Trump-appointed judge, was the woman who said, hey, there's no basis whatsoever to be mandating masks on airplanes. And her ruling so far, she was just a district court judge in Florida, has ended. And that was, remember, Buck, April of 2022. Would the Biden administration have ended the mask mandate on airplanes if this Florida judge had not done it? I don't think so, Buck.
No,
I think we would
absolutely
all
not.
Still be required to wear masks. It's been almost a year since